would say we were good together. I would say we had fun, but our trails will never run forever. Something else is on your mind, like everything.
I wonder how many lessons I've learned in my life about doing things, about not doing things. One thing I know, I really don't like to shop for clothes, but I really love thrift shopping, and I really love shopping for home goods. I don't know why we drove here. It's only 5 blocks from where I live. But I guess I have learned a lot of lessons about life. Some of them I really didn't want to have to learn, but I did. I should hang on my wall all of the sayings that are out there to remind me every day what I should or should not be doing. I guess there are enough of us that need that guidance, or else these wouldn't be on the market, I guess. I love flowers, but I really love real flowers. I love real things, real people, real emotions. Now that's a tote that I really should get. Look, everything that I've ever wanted in my life or should be doing is right there on one single tote. How genius is that? Progress, yoga, serenity, strength. Make it happen. And everything here is going to make me look like I'm 35 again. Lucky me. Hello again, this is Sandra Hart with Life Over 60. I'm going to talk today about 5 things that we absolutely should not do over 60, and the reason I know this is because I have done it and I really wish that I hadn't. So this is a lesson learned from me. If I can tell you the 5 things that I think absolutely you should not do over 50 or over 60. And the first thing is, whatever you do, don't Google your high school boyfriend. You may find out that you went on to greater things and you couldn't stay in your little town, so you left him behind to go on to better things. Well, you might discover that he has become a self-made millionaire entrepreneur who has a Ferrari and has a house in Saint-Tropez, and all of his kids went to Harvard. Well, that didn't happen to me, but something that I did do. I Googled my high school boyfriend, and I really did leave because I wanted something better in life. But he died on my birthday this year, so I wish I wouldn't have Googled him. I really didn't, because it made me really, really very sad, because he was my very first boyfriend. We went together through high school, and it made me very sad. So whatever you do, don't Google your high school boyfriend. Don't Google your college boyfriend. You really don't want to know. That's absolutely in the past. Another thing you shouldn't do is pay attention to Facebook. Oh my gosh. Everything on there. Nobody posts bad things on Facebook. If you look at all of your friends' posts, They are living the most wonderful, happy life ever. Utopia. And then I look at myself, I said, oh, what's wrong with me? I don't live in utopia. I've got all this stuff going around me. Facebook is not real, folks. Just don't pay attention to it. You know, you like your friends, you want to keep in touch with your friends, but don't think that they have this perfect life. It's not true. It's just absolutely not true at all. Who posts bad things on Facebook? I don't. I don't know about you, but I really don't. So don't pay attention to that. The third thing you shouldn't do, and remember, I've done all of these things, is to play the Publishers Clearinghouse lottery game. Now, my sweet mother, from the very inception of that Publishers Clearinghouse program, my mother thought every year she was going to win. She would fill out all of the papers. She would subscribe to magazines. When she lived with me, I had more magazines coming to my house than I ever wanted. But bless her heart, every year, it may have given her something to look forward to. It may have given her hope. But believe me, your chances of winning the Publishers Clearinghouse lottery and having them come to your house with the van and all the balloons, it's really, really slim. Spend your time doing something else. I know, because this year I got it, and I thought, well, you know, my mother did it all the time. Maybe I'll do it just for fun. Well, 20 steps later and 20 mailings later, all the stamps and do this here, there, and stick this here, there, I was exhausted. By the time I finished my Publishers Clearinghouse application, and they send you about 10 different things you have to do every week, and I was exhausted. So I would rather go out. My chances probably of winning the lottery are better, and it's easier. Just go out and put, if you want to gamble, if you want to take a chance, if you still have that dream of becoming a multimillionaire, buy a lottery ticket. It's only $2. It takes you 2 minutes, and you don't have to go through all that rigmarole that Publishers Clearinghouse makes you go through. I only did it once this year, and that's the very last time I'll do it. But I still buy lottery tickets now and then when it gets really up very, very high. Do not believe all the ads that you see from the cosmetic companies that tell you their new product is going to make you look like 35. How could I forget that? I'm in the beauty community. Don't believe that. There are new products out today, new ingredients, a lot of new things, but nothing, my gosh, nothing is going to make you look like 35 or 45 again. You may be able to soften some of your wrinkles, some of your lines. You know, there's so many wonderful beauty creators in this community who can tell you what products are new, what the ingredients are, and what they will do for you. So listen to them and pick something you think makes you feel good and you think is going to give you results in softening and maybe slowing down the aging process. But don't ever get sucked in to the fact that you're going to look like you're 40 again. Now, the last thing you really shouldn't buy into is the fact that if you're over 60, you are invisible. You don't matter. You're a grandma, you're old, and who cares about you? Do not ever buy into that notion. You are so young inside. You are who you are. Every wrinkle, every line in your face, you have earned with pride. So don't pay attention to the numbers. It doesn't matter how old you are. You are a valuable human being. You can still have a life that's absolutely exciting. And you absolutely are not invisible. And that's the last 5 things I'm going to tell you don't ever do. Okay, let's go on to the positive side. All right, I don't want to be negative all the time. What are the things that you really should be doing now in your life? The first thing that you should do is to, of course, live in gratitude every single day. Every single day that you get up, you are thankful. You are thankful for everything that you have in your life. and you go around all day with that attitude of gratitude, more wonderful things will come into your life if you're not negative. Positivity brings positivity. Negativity brings negativity. So try to accentuate the positive. The next thing you should do is to expand your horizons. Keep learning. Keep being curious, as I said the other day in my video. Don't let go of that curiosity. Just keep living and expanding, and life is so exciting when you're learning more, or when you're excited about things in your life, when you're looking forward to the future. Always try to do that. And if you are, now I'm looking forward to going to my daughters in Chicago this summer. I'm looking forward to spending the rest of my summer in Nashville with my son. Although he's on the road, he will be back in September, and I hope that I am still there. So these are things that I'm looking forward to. I really am looking forward to reading some new books that are out. So always keep learning and always keep looking forward to something in your life, and don't stagnate and don't stop learning, and just sit back and let life and the world pass you by. The next thing, and I know maybe people are so tired of hearing about bucket lists, but make a list. Make a list of all the things that you want to do before you die. I know I have a book that I bought, and it's like 1,000 places that you want to see before you die. Well, I've seen a lot of them, so I'm very, very grateful. But make a list of the things that you want to do before you die, and check them off one by one. They don't have to be really enormous things like taking a world cruise. It could be just reading 5 books a month. That's really what I want to do. It could be babysitting with your grandchildren at least once a month, or keeping in touch with old friends. All of those things are really good to have. So if you want to jump out of an airplane, oh my gosh, some people do. I'm afraid of heights. I couldn't do that at all. But make a list of the things that you really would like to do before you die, and check them off one by one. And that process actually makes you start thinking about your life, doesn't it? It really makes you start to think about, hey, there are things that I haven't done yet. I took care of my family. I took care of everyone. And now I'm going to take care of me. And I'm going to think of all the things that I would like to do. Maybe it's to learn another language. Duolingo is a great app to have on your phone. I have, because so many people down here speak Spanish. I took it in high school, but that was 1,000 years ago, and I've never really practiced it. So I'm trying to learn and brush up on my Spanish a little bit, just so that I can communicate with everyone down here in Miami Beach. The fourth thing that I think is really, really important, and this is hard for a lot of us to do. When you go through life, you lose connection with people. You have little disagreements, you turn your back and you walk away. A lot of times it's family, and that's very painful. If you can find it in your heart, one thing you should do is to forgive. No matter what has happened in your life, no matter what has transpired in relationship, the most wonderful thing that you can do is to forgive. Maybe they were wrong. Maybe in your mind you think that they were wrong, and maybe they really were wrong. But it doesn't matter. You really have to learn to forgive, because forgiveness is the first step into building blocks into repairing a relationship. I don't want to go through my life with grudges, with any type of conflict with people, with anyone in my family. I mean, who wants that? Who really needs that? And it's such a simple thing to try to forgive them in your heart, and to reach out to them and say, whatever has happened, let's forget it. I care about you. I love you. And let's move on. And you will be surprised at how the weight will be lifted from your soul if you are able to do that. It's really, really important. And another thing that kind of has to do with that, and this is my number 5 things that we really should do. There are so many people around us that we love, aren't there? And we just take it for granted. Oh, I know they love me, I know that they know how much I've done for them and how much they've done for me, and they're my family and I love them. She's my friend and I love them. Oh, he's my husband. He knows I love him. We've been married for long enough, for heaven's sakes. Take a moment to either pick up a phone or in person and tell them, I love you, and give them a big hug. Telling someone that you love them lets them know that you don't take them for granted and you don't take their love for granted. A lot of times, you just take love for granted and you just don't even express it. But do you know how nice it makes me feel when one of my children said, Mother, I love you? It really is so important to me. It makes my day. Even though I just assume that they care and that they do, it's when they say it that makes me feel so good. So if there is someone in your life that you know loves you, and everybody kind of takes the relationship for granted, take a minute today and pick up the phone, or if they're right there with you, give them a great big hug and say, I really love you. Thank you for being there. So simple, right? It's so simple. So those are my 5 things that I absolutely am sorry I ever did. And the 5 things that I try to practice in my own life that are so easy. And they make me feel better. I don't know about you, but I think if you try these 5 things and you do them, they will make you feel a lot better. Thank you for coming along with me today and sharing a few minutes with me. I feel so blessed and so grateful that you have chosen to spend a few minutes today with me and to stop what you're doing and make that effort, because you know that I really care about you, and we are all in this life's journey together over 60. So let's try to make it the best that we can and try to be our own community. Thank you again for coming. I love each and every one of you. Don't forget to be kind to yourself today. Do something very nice for someone, and let's share the love. All the love that we can, because I think we have a lot to give. We're wise, and we've lived long enough to have this great big heart. Take care, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much.